guys, welcome back. So I have officially completed my treatment with Smile Direct. So sorry, you might be seeing some white residue in my hair. It's not residue, my hair is it's wet. I just had a wash and go, so you're seeing the conditioner in my hair because it's not dry yet. Right, so excuse me, I finished my journey. I have received my retainers. I have not opened them yet, but I'll be wearing them today. So this video is just gonna be a summary of my treatment and just in general what you should know going into getting aligners of any kind, whether it's Invisalign or Smile Direct. But in this case, this is specific to Smile Direct because some information is more geared to them rather than to Invisalign. Since Invisalign, you do have to go into a dental facility. You don't have to do that with Smile Direct. So, number one, there are requirements that are needed before you start treatment. Smile Direct does heavily suggest that you see your primary dentist before seeking out treatment. That is because, and I've said this in previous videos, that is because Smile Direct does not treat complex dental issues like a crossbite, for example, severe overcrowding, another thing. Also, if you have underlying gum disease, if you have issue with the bone under the gum, you cannot do Smile Direct because the way that their aligners work is, okay, so Invisalign has scalloped retainers and Smile Direct has over the gum retainer. So as you'll see here, my teeth ends here and it goes up to the gum. It'll go over the gum quite a bit. If you have any sort of gum issues, this can exacerbate the problem and actually give you a receding gum. I've seen some terrible photos of that. You do not want that. So that is why it's required that you see your dentist before you head into a smile shop or Extended Impressions to start this journey. They're not gonna look for ways to verify if you've actually seen your dentist, but I mean, it's your detriment if you mess up your teeth even worse because you failed to see your primary dentist before going to Smile Direct, okay? So, Smile Direct, because they do not do complex issues like that, they only move the front 6 teeth, up top and up bottom, okay? So really, that's just if your teeth are a little bit out of alignment and you want to get them straight again, that's what this is for. At your own discretion. It's not meant to fix your bite. So if you have a cross bite, this won't work because Smile Direct, unlike Invisalign, Smile Direct does not utilize attachments of buttons and bands and all of that. It doesn't do that. So for complex issues like that, unfortunately, you have to go the route of metallic braces or Invisalign. It's more expensive, but because it's better for your teeth health if you have really complex issues like that. I did not. I just had spacing issue, but nothing was crooked. So now by association, your molars next to these teeth may shift a bit, just a bit, but it's the focus for Smile Direct is not on your molars. So yeah, because of that, if you have really bad issues with the front teeth and you go ahead Smile Direct anyway, you can really mess up your bite. I have seen some photos of that and videos of that. So it's really, I cannot stress this enough. You have to see your primary dentist first. If they tell you do not do Smile Direct, don't do Smile Direct. They know why they're saying it. They know what they're doing. Okay. Now, there are 2 methods to get your impressions done for Smile Direct. You could do the traditional route, which is with the the molds, which I hear taste gross. But the thing with those molds is you do them yourself at home. It's DIY mold. And you have to do it yourself at home. And then you have to mail it back out to them and hope that your molds were correct. Because if they're not, it's going to delay the process because they will have to send you another box again until you get that mold right. because if the mold is incorrect in any way, it can really mess up all the trays going down the line. So it really, you have to be careful when you're doing those molds. I did not trust that judgment, my judgment for that. So I went the extra mile of finding a small shop in my city. Main cities have it. I live in New York, so there's no way they wouldn't have one here. I went to one in Harlem where they actually have like a specialized device. It takes thousands of pictures a second, you know, of your teeth to get a 3D scan of your mouth, really. And I find that more accurate. So I did that, and it was also faster because I'm assuming, you know, once it's in the computer, it's sent directly to the dentist right then and there. And yeah, I didn't have to wait, you know, the extended time of waiting for my box to come in, doing the mold, sending the box back out, hoping it's correct, doing another mold. No. I sat in a chair, did the teeth, goes directly to the dentist, and I got my box that same week. So, tell you something. How long did it take me to get my box? Like I just said, I did not do the impressions. I hear that it takes like 5 to 6 weeks from the time that they get your impressions for your box to come back to you with your retainers in them. It only took me, I got mine the same week. It took 5 days. I waited 5 days and my kit was here. So, I don't know if that was just dumb luck or because I decided to do the route of the small box, of the small shop, sorry. Cost. It's, even though it is cheaper than Invisalign and traditional braces, Smile Direct Club is still pricey. You can do the flat rate of $18.95 and you're done. Or, which is what I did because I didn't have $18.95 on the spot. I chose the monthly plan. So it works out to be a little more than $2,000 when you're done. But I'm doing $85 a month. It's easier for me to budget that. It's fine. You can also, if you can also, if you know during that $85 a month period, you realize, oh, I have a whole lump sum here in my hands. I can pay it all off now. You can do that too. That's also perfectly fine. They accept that to clear your balance off in one shot. Now, when I watched previous reviews from SDC members from like years ago, they would say that they would get their their aligners like 1 month at a time. So every month you get 3 aligners. You get 2 for 1 week and then you get the one that you wear for 2 weeks. I didn't have that. I got all of my retainers in one box. I got my entire 4 months treatment in one box. So I didn't have to have that weird wait between my last set of aligners for the month and hoping that the next set would get here in time. I didn't have that problem. I had all my aligners here. So really, whether or not I'm on track or off track is up to me. Right. So yeah, they don't do that 1 month thing, one box a month thing anymore. I don't think. Don't quote me on that. It could just be me, but yeah, I didn't have that. Length of treatment, again, it varies. Some people have like yearly treatments, like if you have really bad like problems, which again, if you have bad problems with your teeth anyway, I don't recommend you doing Smile Direct. That's at your risk, at your detriment really. But my treatment was only 4 months. And I wasn't surprised by that because before starting Smile Direct, I actually had a regular checkup with my dentist. I have them twice a year, and he was saying, you know, you're a really good candidate for Invisalign or braces if you want. And I asked him, how long would that take? He said, I have minor. He said, you have minor fractions to take. It's, you don't have any bite issue really, except for the open bite that was just caused because I had excessive gap in between my teeth. But other than that, yeah, it was minor. It was just if I brought my teeth closer together, I would no longer have the open bite. So it would just be a matter of pushing my teeth back. That's it. No rotation, nothing being pulled down, none of that. So yeah, he said, yeah, just 4 months, that's it. So when I went to Smile Direct and they said the same thing, well, it made sense. But yeah, so I had a relatively short treatment. I don't know if they go shorter than that. I don't know if there are I mean, if you need to go shorter than that, I don't know if you would need treatment to begin with. I mean, your teeth should be fine if you don't need 4 months. What else? I was gonna say something, I have my notes here. I'm trying to remember what I was gonna say that's not listed. Can't remember now. It's fine. Yeah, so 4 months, that was it. Pain. When doing any sort of orthodontic treatment at all, it doesn't matter what kind, it doesn't matter if it's Invisalign, if it's braces or small, it doesn't matter which one you do. It's always going to hurt. If it's not hurting, it's not working. You are moving, you have to understand, your teeth are nestled in your gums, and your gums are covering the bone that your teeth sits. Your teeth is sitting in your jawbone. Bone. The only way you can move your teeth and have them settle there. When you move the teeth, you are degenerating bone from one side of the tooth and creating new bone tissue on the other side of the tooth, and then allowing time in between that for the bone to heal and to settle. That's what I mean by settling your teeth. That hurts. You're destroying and creating new cells in your bone. It's going to hurt. Your teeth will be sore. It'll feel like your teeth are gonna fall out. They're not gonna, if you know you're doing your treatment right. They're not gonna, but it's gonna hurt. Particularly like the first few days of swapping to a new aligner, it's going to hurt because you have to remember your teeth haven't shifted yet to fit that aligner. Okay, that's why it hurts. By the end of the week, though, when your teeth have finally settled, you no longer see any weird halo between your tooth and the aligner. That means your teeth have moved, have settled into the new position. That's why it no longer hurts. Okay. It also means at the beginning of that week, your retainers will be so tight on your teeth that you will have to use the Audi tool. Okay. But by the end of the week, it could be possible to accidentally pop it out via just speaking to someone with your tongue. Like that's how it is. My tip for that is to do not swap your aligner out if you have somewhere to go that day, because you will not be able to take it out easily. It'll hurt to take them out and put them in. It'll hurt to talk. It'll hurt to eat. You won't want to be around people. You might have migraines from it. I suggest you swap out your aligners before bed. You eat a big meal, pop some painkillers, put in your new aligners, go to sleep. Okay, when you wake up, maybe skip breakfast. You've had a big meal of that before, so skip breakfast. That way you've given your teeth time to shift. Okay, give it a minimum 8 hours. That's the time you sleep, but really I would say 12, 13 hours. Okay, so by the time you take them out again to have your first meal of the next day, it's not as tight as when you had initially put them in the night before. It'll still be tight. You may still have to use your outer tool, but it won't be as tight. Take it from me. I learned that like halfway through, my journey. It's just a tip. Which brings me to my next issue. Your next set will hurt even more the less time you wore your previous set. They say this on the website. They remind you again when you do your consultation, and again when you get your box, it'll tell you in the instructions, wear your aligners all day, 22 hours a day, which means you only take them out to eat, brush your teeth, that's it. You eat, brush your teeth, that's it. That's the only time it should be out of your mouth, okay? You want to wear them all day as long as possible. You're only hurting yourself if you don't. Yeah, I didn't realize that. I cheated with that about halfway through my journey. I got cocky. I was like, 20 hours, 18 hours, that's enough. And then I'll be in agony when it was time to swap to my next set. So especially during the last 2 days of wear before you swap to your next set, you gotta wear them all day long. You gotta wear them all day long until you swap to your next set. Thank you later, it'll hurt way less. So 90 days through your journey, my treatment happened to be 120 days, so it was a little weird for me that it only had to be the 90-day mark. But 90 days through your journey, you are to take a set of photos of your mouth. You have to put the aligners in and out, and they'll give you a little tool to shut your lips apart, like that. Take a photo of your teeth, you send them in, and then they compare that to your before and after, and see that you're still on track with their treatment. It's just an insurance plan. Don't know what for, but they gotta do it. brushing your teeth in public. It was weird at first, I can't lie. It was really odd. I had to invest in a little pouch, which I got from Invisalign shop. It was a little pouch. I also bought an extra one of these. So this was the one that they give you in your box for Smile Direct. My liners are currently in here. But I bought a separate one from Invisalign. That one is a little bit more, it's a little smaller, more compact. This one has a mirror, so I do like this one. I can get it open. This one has a mirror, but the one for Invisalign does not. But it's smaller, more compact. So I use that to travel with to work, and you know, if I'm going anywhere else. And in that pouch, I have that. I have an extra chewy. I have my audio tool that comes with your box. I use that on like the first few days of work because it's really tight. You can't release your fingers to get the aligners out. I have a retainer bright. I'll show you what that is in a minute. I have my foaming cleanser. I've shown it in previous videos. It's a little cleanser. Use it to spray inside your aligners to refreshen them. Have like a minty taste, and it also brightens them a little bit. And kills bacteria too. So you know, bacteria causes odor. You don't want that. Nobody wants retainer breath. So I have that in there. And I also have a mini toothbrush. It's a foldable one. And I also walk with mini toothpaste, little carrying travel size ones, like half ones. It's weird at first. I want to find a bathroom in public if you're gonna eat in public, but it's worth it. You get used to it after a while, and especially like at first it was weird at work. I was like, I gotta find a bathroom before my break is up, but now it's just like a little joke. And they see you whip out my toothbrush and start brushing it in the middle of the hallway. They don't care. But yeah, your teeth will love you. You cannot skip brushing your teeth after eating something, eating or drinking anything that's not water, basically. Because if you just pop your teeth in without brushing your teeth, without at least rinsing them, you're trapping all that sugar, all that food between your teeth and the retainer for as long as you have them in until you get home to brush your teeth. Number one, odor. Your breath is gonna be terrible. Number two, your retainers are gonna look janky. They might look a little stained even. Number three, they're gonna smell so bad. And number four, that's how you breed cavities, okay? If you're already prone to cavities, you shouldn't even be getting Smile Direct, but if you do not brush your teeth before putting in your retainers after eating, you're asking for cavities. You're gonna get them. You're just gonna get them. Yeah, so that brings me to another thing. How do I clean my trays? Every time I eat, like every time I take them out before my meal, I do like a gentle scrub with my toothpaste. Not toothpaste. Don't use toothpaste. That's abrasive. Don't use toothpaste. It'll make your retainers cloudy and gross. My toothbrush. I use that to get like any residue that I might have collected from the saliva. But I also I have a little foaming cleanser. Put them in a tray, let them sit for 2 minutes, and then you gently like scrub any of the residue off. You can leave them in there. You don't have to scrub it. You could leave them in and pop them in the same time. But I want to know that my retainers are squeaky clean, so I scrub them and then I rinse them out and put them back in the case. Only wash with cold water. If it has to be warm, it has to be closer to cold than warm. You can't use warm water, you can't use hot water. It'll deform your trays and it'll be useless after that. And you spent so much money on these. Why would you do that? Come on, you want them to last as long as possible. And also you want to keep them clean because when you move up to your next set, if for any reason your next set doesn't fit, for whatever reason, things happen. If they don't fit, you want your old set to be clean so that if you gotta wear those even longer than the 1 week or 2 weeks prescribed, they're clean, okay? They're not janky and weird. What I also do is, especially for my 2-weekers, not so much my 1-weekers, but for sure my 2-weekers, I put them in a solution. I'll show you. So these are the retainer brights I was talking about. And inside here is a little blue pill. You rip them off. The little blue pill. Put them in some water, and you drop your retainers into that water. It fizzles up. It gets rid of the bacteria that settled in, any odor, any discoloration. It'll help. Help big time. I have a huge box because I got the huge box my last month of treatment because I knew that I'd be getting retainers soon, and since I gotta wear those all the time, I didn't want to have to keep buying cleaner since I won't be wearing my retainers all day long. It will be nighttime at some point. I know that at least like once a week I'll have to use like this instead of having to scrub. So, yeah. So to clean my retainers, I'll do my daily, take them out, give a little scrub, warm water, my foaming cleanser, pop them back in. For a deep clean, once a week, depending on how bad my trays look, I'll use Retainer Bright to soak them in. Other than that, don't do anything else. It's not necessary to do anything else. Yeah. So, after treatment, which is where I'm at now, retainers. How long do you gotta wear retainers, Keisha? Forever. 5 ever. You have to wear retainers forever. The rest of your life, you have to wear them. So there are different kinds of retainers. I won't get into that in this video because this video is already excessively long. There are Holly retainers, and then there are clear retainers, and there's also permanent retainers. Those are the ones that they bond behind your teeth. Those might break, and you won't even realize they broke because of the way that they're set in. And your teeth, you won't know they broke into your teeth if you then now you gotta go and get braces again. No, we're not doing that. And Holly retainers, they're more durable, but they're not as comfortable because of the way it goes over like the roof of the mouth. But those are that one is the more commonly known one. But these days, for the most part, they prescribe clear retainers. Whether you're doing Invisalign, whether you have regular braces, whether it's Smile Direct Club, clear retainers are the more commonly given ones. They no longer align your teeth. They just keep your teeth in the last position they were in after you took out your braces of any kind. You have to wear them forever. So Smile Direct Club recommends you wearing them full time for 2 weeks after treatment. Since you were wearing your 2-weekers before that for 2 weeks full time, these will be full time for 2 weeks, which will be basically a month of full time wear, and your last set, which gives your teeth time to settle, really settle into the new final position. So they won't be shifting as much after that. Some people are, disclaimer, some people's teeth are way more prone to shifting. Mine are not that bad. I can go now. Don't, follow me. But I've gone for hours without wearing them and put in my retainers, and they're a little tight, but they fit. But yeah, I mean, if your teeth are really prone to them, you probably have to wear them for like a month or 2 straight before you can go to wearing them on nighttime. What I will probably do, just to be on the safe side, I will probably wear these straight for 2 weeks as recommended, and then I will cut back to wearing them maybe 18 hours, then like 16 hours. Then I'll probably switch to just nighttime wear only. So with Smile Direct, these retainers are made with slightly more rigid plastic than your last set of aligners. They last you 6 months, and then you gotta buy another one. They cost $100 a pop. So I suggest you get on that train of recommending your friends to get Smile Direct so that you get $100 back for referring someone to the program. But for me, I mean, $100, I'd rather that than, not wear retainers, have my teeth shift after spending $2,000 on them, and I have to go and do the treatment all over again for another $2,000. But like that, it's cheap. So yeah, these are my retainers. I'll be putting them in today. And last but not least, with Smile Direct are refinements. You can get that with the Invisalign as well, I believe. If at the end of treatment you, for whatever reason, feel like your teeth haven't tracked the way you wanted them to, or they don't match the model that they gave you, you can request refinements. I believe there's a certain time window where it's free. But if not, I mean, I don't think it's that expensive to request refinements, regardless, compared to what you've already paid for. And I mean, these are your teeth. You already paid all this money. You want to be happy with the final result. I personally am happy with my final result. I mean, look at that. I also have no bite issues at all whatsoever. So I have no bite issues, I have no pain. My teeth are straight, my lisp has decreased dramatically. Yeah, I have no reason to request refinements in any shape or form. So that's it, my journey's done. I have the smile that I want, and I have my retainers here, and that's the end of my journey. This is the last video in this series. Thank you guys so much for sticking it out with me during this entire time. It's been an emotional, wild ride. It's been a wild 4 months. All of it was spent in quarantine, but I'm heading out of quarantine now with perfect teeth, so I can't be mad at that. Thanks you guys so much. Have a great day, and I'll see you around.